Welcome to FFC Top 3, a show where we are FFC hosts. Wait a second, we got another one here. Count things down from 3 to number 1. And guess what? We have 3 hosts here tonight. Thank you for joining us this week. And did I mention we have 3 hosts here? If you have a suggestion for a topic for Top 3, Justin's back, by the way, be sure to drop us a note on Twitter at FocusFireChat or in our Discord.
Someone might be excited.
Or even email us at focusfirechat@gmail.com. This week, we're going to discuss the fact that Justin is back and our top 3 Halloween costumes. I am not drunk.
Okay. Is that what's going on?
I'm not.
That was like
I am not.
that was exactly like Chris Hardwick just did the intro to Top 3.
Hell yeah.
That's what that was like.
I'm all right with that.
Also, did we mention Justin's back?
Yeah, Justin's back. So,
You mentioned Justin's back.
Justin, do you remember how this thing goes?
Yes, we all mention our top 5 favorite things.
Close enough. We're going to make Blue go first, then you, and then me.
I'll allow it.
Kind of devolves into it anyway.
All
All right, Blue. What's your number 3 Halloween costume?
Number 3 is probably the inflatable. Like the inflatable costumes are freaking amazing. We had so I'm gonna try to do the ones that we actually saw, which I don't know if it was different for you guys, but this year was like really, really light. Like there were not a lot of trick-or-treaters that came around.
I was gonna say lame, but yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
well, but there was also
a snowstorm earlier this week,
right.
and
You get it. You get a kind of a pseudo pass. We do not get a pass. Like my little guy went around, and apparently, not only was it really light on trick or treaters, like 90% of the houses that were that were giving candy out last year weren't giving out candy. Like it was he was actually slightly upset. I'm like, what the? But anyways, there's one that's apparently an alien giving a body hug to the kid. It's the kid, and then there's an inflatable portion of like an alien that's like hanging on him. It's the creepiest thing looking. Like it's not supposed to be creepy, but it's creepy looking. But yeah, that's my number 3 because I literally started laughing as soon as I saw it.
Here, I show you. I have image of it.
I show you.
When
did you turn Russian?
I show you.
Yes, that thing. It's so weird.
It's pretty amazing, though.
I mean, it's funny, but I don't understand why that needs to be a costume because it looks like the alien is molesting the kid. But
see, I need to show you one that I
think you ruined it for me now.
Yeah, it kind of
that's a first. I ruined it for you.
Yeah, right. I'm the ruiner.
Have you seen it's like the leprechaun men carrying the drunk men costume?
That sounds really familiar, but I can't remember it off the top.
Gosh. I don't know if I can find it. Like, I don't know how to describe it besides the fact that there is this costume, which is essentially the pants are the shape and the like facade of this tiny man in lederhosen carrying the giant man who is stumbling around like a drunk man. Like, there's no way to really describe it besides that. Like, because you're obviously the men up top are drunk and they're just wobbling around like crazy. Pretty amazing though. It's like, oh god.
Sorry. Chat's now talking about there's apparently, I think Wicked might have shared it, but there's a video of a pole dancer giving a performance while wearing an inflatable T-Rex costume.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, everything can be made better with an inflatable T-Rex costume. Like
I thought you were going to say everything could be made better with a pole.
I'm just not going to go there.
It raises a very like meta question of where do you put the dollar bills at that point?
I mean, they don't have very big hands.
They can't reach them, so it's the onus is on you. You know, you got to deliver.
This is true. This is true. Oh
You
god.
got to remember, T-Rex doesn't want to be fed. T-Rex wants to hunt.
So make yourself hard to get. Oh gosh. All right, Justin. What's your number 3?
Justin finds a way.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the title
my
of this
number
episode.
3.
Justin finds a
Yeah,
way.
Justin finds a way. So this is one that I saw actually at a Halloween party a couple of years ago, but it's the best one I've ever. It gets number 3 because the female wearing it was borderline a model.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that she was like a regional model. She wasn't a national model, but she was right there.
So you're
right?
saying like she's a 9.4, but not quite that 9.8.
In New York, she'd be an 8.
Okay.
In South Dallas, she was a 10.9.
Nice.
But anyways, she dressed as Lilu from The Fifth Element. Yeah, which really just meant she wore some suspenders.
And some toilet paper.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. Best ever.
Best ever. I actually saw that for like it was
But
for sale. You can
she
buy
did
that
not.
cosplay.
Yeah.
It's not a cosplay,
Honestly,
it's just
my
toilet paper.
one- yeah.
Oh,
So my one gripe with her was she did not respect my multipass. I presented it to her multiple times, and you know,
Blue's
trying to
dying.
get her to put some sand on my cube. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. I don't even know where to go from here.
So yeah, that was a really good one.
Oh god. Okay. All right.
That's number
Here we go.
3.
Uh-huh, I know. I'm a little nervous for number 1, not gonna lie. Holy moly. Oh god, mine is so tame compared to you. Gosh, dang it. All right, so my number 3 is one I actually saw this last week. Saturday they did the spook parade here in town, and afterwards there was like adult parties all over the place. And one of the locations that Julie and I went to was the cidery. And at the cidery, one of the barmaids essentially was wearing the most incredible Maleficent costume I have ever seen. It also looked like she had to sew the dress onto herself. Like there was no seams, and the thing on her head was like. Oh god.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, she pulled it off really well. The makeup was on point. The hair thing, horns. It was just like, yeah, you did that. You did that. You did that well. Good job. All right, Blue. Let's start crazy round number 2.
Oh my gosh. I blanked.
You broke them.
I feel like this was a really easy one.
I'm trying to think. There was a couple good ones that came by our house actually. There was the alien guy. There was a lot of like kids who did their own costume, which I always kind of like. I like giving kids kudos for that because it's kind of like their creative thinking. Though one of them actually, now that I'm talking about it, one of them actually did kind of get the snark of the season down very well. He had he had just basically gone to Walmart and gotten like the gray sweatpants and the gray sweatshirt because it was kind of cold here, and he had then taken a piece of white paper and wrote in the word costume and stapled it to the sweater.
Oh no.
I'm like, you know what? You get extra candy for that. Like that's just amazing. Like there was, but again, like that's kind of the cool thing when because I got to do. I stayed home this year. Like we kind of trade off going around with Minion when he goes trick or treating. And so this year I stayed at the house and was handing out candy. And like that's always the cool thing is like seeing like not I mean there's a lot of the buy the stamp made costumes basically, but there's a lot of them also that like especially like the ones who are really into like the Harry Potter or to what's the other one that's going on right now? It's there was
It's not the superhero ones, is it?
No, it wasn't
Guardians
superheroes.
was like last year.
Yeah, Guardians. No, it was like like fantasy seems to be coming back, which I always really appreciate too. But like there was a lot of like fairy wizards and witches and stuff like that, which it's just really cool for me because I'm like I like seeing small kids being encouraged to do their like own costume. So yeah, it was really cool. The other one that I didn't see it come around but I was trying to convince my wife to let me go as it was the hungover Peter Parker from Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh God.
I saw one of them.
I'm like, you know what?
But it wasn't Halloween.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the but it's the best costume for a dad. Like it just hands down. It's just oh my gosh, it was so funny. I was sitting there. I was like, if I have to go trick or treating, that's totally the one I'm wearing.
Yeah, that one or the big Thorbowski.
Yes.
Have you no. Okay, so I'm gonna skip you a little bit, Justin. My number 2 is the pregnant woman who did Thorbowski.
Did you see what Tom Hiddleston and Charlie Cox did? So they're filming something together, but they basically Charlie Cox is the actor who played Daredevil. Tom Hiddleston obviously is Loki. They went as each other. So nice. Charlie dressed up as Loki and Tom dressed up as Daredevil. And they went like around, I think it was like in New York or something. It was really funny.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Since I skipped you, Justin, it's your turn.
Oh, so my second favorite, this is kind of stupid and punish, but I really like it. Dude wore a freaking like nice coat, shirt, and tie, with some jeans. But then he had the word "sorry" on his tie, so he was a formal apology.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's just corny enough to move the needle for me.
Have you seen the serial killer costumes where they've stuck a bunch of pieces of cereal to their clothes?
Nice.
And like blood and stuff?
The serial killer.
No. I approve of punny ones. Those are fun.
Yeah. There's also a punny one that's in SFW. I'm
sure.
It was this chick wearing a name tag that said Eileen.
Oh no.
And then it looked like someone spilled mayonnaise on her.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'll let everyone just kind of just get there on your own is all I can say.
Yep. All right, Blue. Number 1 for you.
Number 1 was actually my son. He went as Harry Potter, and just I don't know, like it was just watching him like as he gets more independent is just really cool, especially around this type of stuff. He loves doing costumes, like he loves. He constantly has something going on, like either it's a superhero or it's Harry Potter or something. Like he's always playing with that type of stuff. It's usually like running around the house hitting things with a Captain America shield, is the current thing. We got him when we were down in Florida for Guardian Con this last year. I got him a Halo sword because we went to the outpost, and I got in trouble for that. Totally worth it. But yeah, he runs around with that now. But like he actually kind of threw together his own Harry Potter. Like we helped him a bit.
It looked pretty good.
But like the only thing that we actually didn't make out of the entire costume, or I'm trying to think, was his cloak and his glasses. We bought the little Harry Potter glasses, but like I carved him his own wand. We had a friend of ours make him a scarf, like the Gryffindor scarf. That was one of our close friends made that for him. He had a broom, and all that. He just had a blast with it. So it's just
nice.
Really, for me, it was really cool watching him because he gets so excited. It's hard not to get excited when someone like that gets excited. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
I have a question at the end of all of this for us, but
Ooh. Am I next?
You are next.
Oh.
Yes.
So, probably my favorite Halloween costume is one that might be conceited. It's one that I wore. It's just based around the funnest time I ever had wearing a Halloween costume was when my brother and I went as the Boondock Saints.
Oh no.
Yes, complete with neck tattoos and all.
Oh no.
Just in case you're wondering, I was the good-looking one. But yes, yeah, that was my favorite. We had the guns, and there was an incident where we went to the gas station to get more beer and didn't realize that having guns on freaking shoulder holsters was a bad idea. And I went and I reached for a pack of gum, and the cashier saw my gun and freaked out.
Yeah.
And he freaked out. And then once we convinced him that we weren't trained assassins, he gave me my gum.
Weren't trained assassins.
It took him some convincing.
Ah, yeah. Were they squirt guns?
No, it was a really bad idea. They were metal.
Oh, no.
They were metal fake guns.
Like the cap guns?
We sawed off the orange tips. Because they looked lame.
Whoops.
Which, just in case you're listening and, you're suggestible, that's a bad idea. It's a good way to get shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in Texas, where you not only have to worry about the cashier, but also the 4 people behind you in line.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not just the cashier on that one.
Any of whom
could
shoot you.
Pretty sure like a kid got in trouble for doing that same thing in a different city.
Oh, a kid got shot doing that in a different city.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I thought so. Man. Yeah. What about that night made it so memorable besides the almost hold up at the convenience store?
That was also the same night that we met Leeloo Dallas. So
just the giggles.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna cheat. My number one isn't technically a costume, but is my favorite thing I've ever seen somebody do for Halloween. So recently there was a movie that came out, a remake of a movie that I refuse to see and will never see. But the most brilliant thing I've ever seen anybody do for Halloween is put a little red balloon, helium balloon, in every storm grate in a town.
This is rough.
It's so brilliant. Like how to utterly mess with every child who has seen it, or even adult for that matter, who's seen that movie. Hey, Georgie, what you doing? Georgie, what you doing?
I still hold that the blooper that they did with that movie is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
You want your boat back, Georgie? Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah. All right. Here's my question for you two, though. What, and you said the one that you was your favorite one that you wore, Justin, but what is your least favorite costume you have ever had to wear for Halloween? Just the number one least favorite costume.
Peter Pan.
You were Peter Pan? That was it. I bet that was adorable. How old were you? Please tell
I was
me.
a fucking adult.
Okay, that's a little awkward. I don't know how to process this one because I know what
that
you
was
look
probably
like.
adorable. How old are you? I was an adult. Never mind. That's terrifying.
I was stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Those
I was an
tights aren't
adult.
meant to supposed to go up there. Okay.
I was a married adult, and I had next to no choice.
Ah, I gotcha.
Although in hindsight, I could have just said no.
Perhaps. We do
I think it
strange
would've
things
staked
for
out
the
the
ones
same
we are
either
currently in the hostage situation with. Blue, what's your least favorite costume you've ever worn?
That's really
I don't
I
really
don't-
see him wearing costumes.
I don't really wear costumes. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yet you're so into all the kids who are making their own these days.
No, like, and
You
it's
just
not.
like seeing it for other people.
Yeah, it's like, I understand, like, I don't know, like, I like giving people who do like wearing costumes and do the cosplay, and all that. It's a form of art, or it's a form of art, like, and that's the way I see it. I don't think I mean, like, I don't, pretty much any costume that I've been forced to wear is the one that I don't want to be wearing. If that makes sense. Like, I don't wear costumes.
Okay.
Though I'm not going to lie, if you got me an inflatable T-Rex outfit, I would not
We've
take it
discussed
off.
Yeah, I was about to
this.
say.
I am not allowed to get that.
He's
The
also
man doesn't even know
volunteered.
when his birthday is. He's not wearing a
Mhm.
costume anytime soon.
No, if it was an
Never
inflatable
know.
T-Rex, I would totally.
Didn't you volunteer to like hand out flyers for like a
I
business downtown if you had
totally-
the inflatable T-Rex
I would
costume?
I would just wear it downtown. I don't even think I would have to do anything. I would just wander around with an inflatable T. I've told people this, and I've also been told that I am by no means allowed to even look at what it would cost to get one of them. Because I also,
Now I'm curious.
I'm also, like, full seriousness. So, downtown Kansas City has all the stupid little scooters or whatever that I absolutely hate. And I'm like, I'm dead serious. If I was able to acquire a T-Rex costume, I would be on one of those scooters in a heartbeat.
Oh no.
Not the.
Those-
So, what would even be better than the actual scooter is the thing that's just a wheel with a place to put your feet.
Yes.
That'd be the thing.
What are those even called?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been informed that I am by no means allowed to purchase one of those.
Yeah, I saw a pack of them on Reddit. Yeah,
There's
Pins is-
Pins is the enabler.
Uh-huh. So we're
I
gonna
got
send
it.
Anna after
I'm gonna
you.
pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Gosh. Pins don't enable them. Yeah. I saw a pack of T-Rex on Reddit.
Oh no!
So
I'm sorry, but
I-
like, whenever you're having just a just day, like, just go on YouTube and watch the shenanigans. And if it's people wearing the inflatable, I don't know what it is, but it is just it heightens the hilarity of the situation. Like, some of my favorite ones are when those things first came out. They had the whole skit of like the pack of the T-Rex like running around in the car, and they get out and they like knock over trash cans and then go run away and try to get out of the way because it's so unwieldy. Like, you can't do anything.
yeah.
Or they all go into like a Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one it's actually recent. Like, it recently got posted on Reddit. It said my son happened across a herd of other T-Rex last night, and they asked him to join them. So
Oh, no.
this kid was in a T-Rex costume as well, and so there were like 8 of them. It's on Reddit right now somewhere. submitted 9 hours ago by Timber371.
Oh no.
So yeah, that one was fun to see. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. My least favorite costume my mother has ever made me wear. It was 2 years in a row. My mom got into the whole idea of like making costumes for us kids. And she must have had the same pattern because one year I was a frumpy pumpkin and I was like maybe 4. And the next year I was a frumpy M&M. So yeah, not super. It was great because it was warm, but I hated it because I was really wide, a lot wider than I needed to be. By the way, I posted the link of the herd of T-Rex if you want to laugh at that.
I think I'm more interested in the herd of frumpy pumpkins.
I mean, it was not so much a herd. I don't know what you would call like a roll of frumpy pumpkins. I don't know. What would you call a group of pumpkins?
A spice of pumpkins.
A spice of pumpkins? A Starbucks of pumpkins?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
I should wrap up the show now.
Yeah, we should. I think I've delayed the actual podcast enough.
That's all right. That's all right. Thank you guys for joining us this week for Top 3. As always, remember to submit your suggestions. Otherwise, we end up with shows like this where it's the last minute and we're trying to figure out what to talk about, and we end up talking about costumes. So, remember, everybody loves a list.